Good evening and welcome to our live crafting this evening. My name is Jenny McCormack and I am an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator. I'm based in the market town of Brackley, which is in Northamptonshire, and that's here in the UK. A warm welcome to you this evening. If you're watching us live, do say hi. It's always lovely to know who's joining us. If you're watching on replay, whether that's here on Facebook or on YouTube, then if you have any queries or questions, pop those in the comment section. Obviously I can't reply live to you at that time, but I do monitor those and check for any questions that need any answers. So it is just after 7 p.m. on the 23rd of November 2023. This is a Thursday and I might begin to regret my design for this evening, and you'll see why, because I had an idea which may or may not work out. So Furriest Friends has been our stamp set of the week. So this means I choose this for our coffee and card, and also I do other designs with it during the week. This is an all image stamp set, so it doesn't have any sentiments. Good evening to you, Teresa. Thank you for joining us. And I match this with the tag shape from the Merriest Trees dies. And I have rather a lot here. Not all finished cards, I have to say. I've got a few tags spare there. But let me just show you some other ones that were created. You may have seen this already. And I have been posting samples that were made at Coffee and Card by some of my attendees, which are fabulous. Absolutely fabulous. So there are 6 main animal images in the Furriest Friends stamp set, and we have a beaver, a bird, a rabbit, a cat, a bear and a hamster. We also have a couple of 3 bees and some flowers and a little nest, or it could be a dam, or it could be a plate of chips. Hi Zana, hope you're keeping well. So, just to show some that I created during the coffee and card sessions, and I've used the sentiment from the Garden Meadow stamp set, which has this nice crisp happy birthday. Also happens to fit those tags really well. So these are not in any particular order, just ones that I created during the week. So I will make these into cards, and if anybody buys the stamp set of the week during the week, it is my chosen stamp set, then I send you the components for the equivalent of the cards that I make during my live sessions, and I also usually include a few samples as well. So just to quickly run through, we've got the hamster with the balloon, we've got the bird with the flowers and the bees. Hope you can see these okay. Odd happy birthday, and we've got the rabbit, and I've just added the butterflies onto that tag, and that's designed to go at an angle with the happy birthday going straight. There's another little hamster, couldn't think what it was. Oh, this was one that I was filling in, and I've used some of the backgrounds as well from the art and texture stamp set, so I need to finish that one off. And then I've got the cat here with the background stamped. I've got the bear with the birthday and the background. Got the beaver. And, whoops, the cat with the flower pot and the flowers. And this stamp, oh hi Teresa, it always seems to be wet for you at the minute whenever I catch you. Hi Nicole, good evening to you. This stamp has 3 flowers on it, but I found with the gap and the space that I was using it for, it wasn't ideal, so I just cut that So I don't tidy it up, but I just cut, so I've got 2 and 1, so that you can stamp one individually, but also you can stamp as many as you want then a bit more easily. And that's how I did this one here as the cat, and then the rabbit, and this was the one that we did live on Monday using the background stamped in the same colour, the Poppy Parade. So I'm not sure how much of that you can see on that card. So plenty of samples. This evening I thought I would do some masking and pop my 3 animals in a row. Not quite sure which way round they're going to go, but I'm going to have them overlapping because I don't want them too big on my card. This is a standard layer. It would just about fit on there. But I've also cut out this scallop layer, which I'm hoping to use if it will fit. So in order to do the masking, I'm going to stamp onto post-it notes. These are large post-it notes that I've cut down, and so the sticky from the post-it note is up at the top. Okay, so let's just stamp those out. Just grab some blocks from here and I'll stamp them in Pebbled Path. Now, the idea I had was to use some of the papers from this paper pack, which goes often goes completely unnoticed. It's in the annual catalogue. It's called Delightfully Eclectic, and it has a whole series, 48 12 by 12 sheets of mixed patterns of paper. So on the reverse of this has got letters, and I'm going to use this with the pretty peacock background with those lovely hearts. But in the pack there's all sorts of different papers, which I will show you. So it's got stripes and pretzels, of all things. It's got swans and crisscross. It's got a few floral ones, and what I like is some of them are nice small petite florals. That's another one of my favourites, with the little tulips. And then on the reverse it's got yellow dots, and then we've got pink stripes, and then this one here with the all over pattern design. So this is a £28 pack, but you do get 4 sheets of all of 12 different double-sided papers. So you've got this one here that coordinates with the punch, and then you've got a nice great for journaling or scrapbooking. Got some daisies. Hi Diane. And some lemons. I hope you're doing well. Hope your mum's okay. And I hope you found my post. This is Misty Moonlight. And then you've got a similar sort of design with the paper, like a ledger. And then we've got strawberries. Hey Kim. And then we've got an overall hexagonal, well no, a square sort of pattern with triangles. And then we've got yellow dots with white, or vice versa, and then more flowers. I think I must be nearly there. That's another one of my favourites, with fresh Regia background. Such fab papers, and some curly whirly things. That's the best way I'm going to describe it. I think that is all of them. So the idea that I had, having decided that I was going to use this piece for my backing, is on the back of that are the letters. So I thought what I'd do, I'd probably live to regret this, is punch out some of the letters for my message. So I've got two small punches here. I've got a 3/8 of an inch and I've got 1/2 an inch. And this is the 3/8 of an inch. Let me put it on here. Which is perfect really. And then the 1/2 inch is a bit nicer size, but it just catches the edge. Can you see they've got sort of slightly rounded edges? And you just catch the edge, so I'm going to have to do the 3/8 of an inch. So I might end up just with a hello, or I might go for the whole something else, happy birthday or something. So all I've done is just cut some of the paper into strips like that, and then it makes it easy to punch out, and then you could leave the numbers, the letters ready for another one. And luckily they are in alphabetical order. Which does make life a lot easier. Okay, so back to where we were. I'm going to stamp these onto some post-it notes. You could use our masking paper as well. Let's grab an ink. So I hope everybody is keeping well. It was rather dull here today, but I'm glad to say it wasn't actually raining. So I'm going to pop my rabbit here on the top, and I'm just going to cut round those and tear this excess off here. I don't need that. And then let's have the hamster with the balloon. No, I'll do it this way, I think. And then finally, now if you're happy with the spacing and you've got plenty of space, but I want to just share the technique with you if you haven't done the technique recently, or maybe you've never done it. I'll turn this upside down. Okay. So the technique with masking is just to show you, if you were just stamping, let me grab a scrap of paper here. It's literally a scrap, isn't it? So, and let me just show you with the cat here, so you understand what I'm trying to achieve. Is if you wanted to overlap the cat and have 3 cats all together, like so. Can you see what happens? Because it's an open image, which I appreciate you're going to colour in, you will get this overlapping. But what we want to achieve is 3 cats, or in our case 3 little animals, separate but overlapping. And the way that we do that is we stamp on our post-it note, we cut around it, you stamp the one image that you want in the centre that's in the front, or whichever is going to be the front one. You then cover it up, and then with the covered up version stamp again, and it's prevented from overlapping because you've got this in the way. So I hope that makes some sense. I suspect most of you have already done this many a time. I am just going to decide, I think, because of the size, I'm going to have the rabbit on the right, the hamster on the left, and then the cat in the middle. So I don't actually need, sorry, I've got the wrong scissors really, they're all packed ready for copy and card. So I don't actually need to cut out the whole of this, because the only part of this that's going to be overlapped is actually the left hand side. So I'm just going to cut around that. Now you want to cut very close to or just inside of the line image. It's difficult for you to see from here, I appreciate that. So I've got that one there. Actually, I didn't need to do that. I need to engage my brain, because the only one I need to cover up is the cat in the middle, because he's going to go in the middle, and then I'm going to stamp either side. It's been a long week. Forgive me. And then what I do with these is I keep these masks as long as they're still usable. You can use them a good 4 or 5 times unless they're very, very inky. I keep them in the stamp set so that when I get the stamp set out next time round, I've got them ready to use. And the other thing I'll do is cut out 2 layers of post-it notes at the same time, or even 3. So I'll stack the post-it notes out one behind the other, stamp, and then just cut around all 3 at the same time. And then you've got 3 cut out, in this case, cats. So, bear with me while I just trim around there. As I say, you want to have it just inside of the line, so you can see the edge of that cat is just on my cutout piece. Otherwise you can end up with a gap. I think that will probably work. So let's grab my ink, and I'm going to try it on here, and if it doesn't fit then I will pop it on my other piece of card. So cat's going to go in the middle. This is the cat with the flower pot, and I'm using Pebbled Path, but you could use whichever ink you have or whichever ink you prefer. So I position that hopefully roughly in the middle of my die cut piece. This is a scallop contours die, and now I'm going to pop the post-it note here, and I might need to cut around there. Let's have a look. So I'm going to have my rabbit on the right and the hamster on the left. So just want to cut between these, and sorry, I know you can't see that because it's a little bit close to me. I've got my glasses off so I can see what I'm doing. Okay, I think that will be okay. So, positioning that on top, and you really only want to use a post-it note or masking paper, because if it's too thick, if you cut it out of card, it won't stick to the base unless you use a little bit of glue, but also you can get a gap where the height of the paper is. So post-it note is perfect. So let's grab our rabbit, and I haven't got much ink in this pad. I need to re-ink it, and I'm just noting really where those feet are. So that I've got hopefully the rabbit on in a similar position. And then let's pop the hamster. And if these were very different sizes, I might not have the cat in the middle. Hi Brenda. Thanks for joining us. I hope you've been okay this week. And so here is the hamster. fact, he didn't need, he fitted on without any covering over after all that. Okay, so can you see I've got the tail of the cat right in the face of this poor little rabbit? But you get the idea. So these pieces here I will keep with the stamp set. Like so. I'm going to cover that up for a minute, and this is going to go onto the backing, and then this is bubble bath, so I might actually put it on a bubble bath coloured card. If you can see those hearts, most of them are white, but there's a few pink ones. Hi Baz, good evening to you, and thank you so much for your Christmas card, which arrived yesterday, my first Christmas card. Thank you. So I think what I'm going to do is this balloon is going to be in the peacock, and I've got two here. I'm hoping there's enough in here because these are my old pens from when this colour wasn't in colour when it first came out. So I'm just going to put a little bit of dark there and a little bit of light. And I'm just going to leave a little comma there. Like so. I'm just going to go over that join like that. So if I'm doing balloons and things like that, it's not necessarily in the right place, but I just sort of do a like a comma and then go around it, if that makes any sense. Okay, let's have, I think we should have a blue flower pot to go with it. And I don't really want a blue cupcake, but I'll have a blue cupcake case. So I could have moved my cat over a little bit and had more of the rabbit showing, but it's fine for the purpose because I just wanted to show you how to do the masking for those of you that maybe haven't done it for a while. So this definitely needs a bit of bubble bath for the cupcake icing, and we'll have the same for the flower. I'll lift it up to show you in a second, and I'm just going to try and colour it in fairly quickly for you. Oops. A little bit of green there for the leaf. That's lemon lime twist, and I use a little bit of Poppy Parade for the cherry on the top. And I might as well use that in the middle of the flower. Let me lift that up to show you. So I've got my coordinating colours. Hopefully you can see that if it's focused all right. Okay, and then I'm just going to colour those in. Trying to see what I've done with all my pens. I'm sure I brought them in. I can't see them now. Oh, they're under the papers. Oh dear, dear. It's because I picked the papers up at the last minute. So let's just do, I've got dark plum cake and hopefully a light one here as well. And let's have a bit of grey for the rabbits. So I've got those. nose, and then the hamster, maybe. I've got soft suede, which is obviously a retired colour. So who should we do first? Let's do little grey hamster. Or, yes, why not? So I'm going to colour these in fairly quickly. I am going to use light bubble bath for their faces, their feet, and the nose here, inside of the ears, and a little bit of rosy cheeks as well, and the paw pads and little beans. Okay. I don't know who was the most popular. I think the rabbit or the cat were the most popular when we were doing the colouring in Coffee and Card. Could leave the rabbit white. Hi Kerry. I presume it's morning for you in Australia. So this is light smoky slate. So I'm just using this around the edge. It's got a different sort of face colour there. Like that. And for my lightest grey. Let's see. That's probably about the same actually. So I can just literally go around there very quickly. And let's just do there we go. So it must be oh yeah, okay, pretty early morning for you then. I'm thinking. Right, let's see. I've got light crumb cake, which I might do a little bit of his face. Okay. Right, I might leave my rabbit fairly white actually. Just do a little bit. Just a little bit of colour, otherwise it's going to be too similar to my others. So just a little hint. There. Like so. Hopefully you can see that. I can't say whether it's focused or not, I'm really sorry. Okay, and then let's do our cat in dark crumb cake around the edge. And again, just using that sort of brushing motion. So I'm not using a sort of straight line, if you like. Okay. That's it. Bit of darkness around the pores, and then that light crumb cake again over the majority of the body. No, that is dark. Dear, dear. Right. Try light. Better. So I'm doing this fairly quickly. I'm going to lighten up that piece that I did with the wrong colour in a second. And leave the nose bit white. And what I do like to do is, although I've done a little pink over the ears, you can sort of go over it, and so you just get that little bit of pink showing through. Same with the cheeks. Okay. Okay, so I made that little bit there a little bit darker than I intended. So just going to grab a colour lifter. So this is basically a colourless pen. It's almost like a sort of bleach pen. Just going over that little bit there. It's also very good for just dotting in to give you a little bit of interest. Okay, and then I'm just going to go back over that. Like so. This is the light crumb cake. There we go. Okay. So I've got my three. Oh, I haven't done his tail. Is somebody going to tell me that? I hope you're going to let me know. His tail wasn't done. Oh, thanks, Carrie. It did look a bit odd, didn't it? Okay, so there we've got the cat, we've got the rabbit behind with his tail in his nose, and then we've got the little hamster there on the left. Just going to lighten that a little bit. And the secret with this is just to apply a little bit and then let it dry. I don't know if you can see how that's lifted the colour on either side or not. But apply it, let it dry, and then apply a little bit more. Okay, so that's going to go onto there. So I deliberately chose my colours to match my background. And now the craziness in me that decided to use the reverse side of this paper to cut out a message. So I was thinking, I don't know about happy birthday. I could stamp happy and have the word birthday. Let's find my punch that I've hidden, so let's see. So H A P. Oh, if I can cut that one down or not. No, I'm just going to grab another one. PPY. And then B. I. R. T. H. I must have got out already. Right, let me just cut another strip. So this is the background that I chose. So I'm just cut it with my trimmer because it's a lot easier than just to punch out the letters that you want. So I do need some more A's. So I'm just lining that up with the edge of the trimmer. I think these papers are fabulous. I really do. Quite tempted to use them as my next class in a box because you get so much in there. Right, HA. I need 2 P's. This one. I told you I might regret this, didn't I? P. Y. B. I. R. T. H. D. A. And Y. H-A-P-P-Y-B-I-R-T. It's an H I'm missing. Of course. There we go. Just sneak that one out of there. Okay, so that's 3/8 of an inch punch. The 1/2 inch punch is a nicer size, but it just catches these edges. So let's see. Do I need to put a strip behind? I think I will. Tiny strip of peacock card so it stands out, otherwise I think it's going to get lost a little bit. And that's 3/8 of an inch, so 1/2 an inch. Let's have a look, see. Right, now just going to measure this. I really want it to fit in there, but is it going to? H A P P Y. It's not, is it? Because I need a space. P I R T H. So 2 strips, or I could stamp happy, and the word birthday. Decisions, decisions. Let's see how much bigger it needs to be. T, E, Y. Okay. That's what I'm going to do. Ooh. Okay, so I've got an offcut here. So I'm going to cut it longer with a gap in the middle, and then I can do it as 2 pieces if I need to. Let's have a look. So this is the same size. As that width of the card, this piece here. So, I told you, it seemed a good idea at the time. Stamp happy and Ned. Hi Ruth. Well, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. So I'm going to put a happy birthday, and then I can either cut it up to do 2 strips. Yes. So I'm just going to get some glue that works. What I should have done was put some self-adhesive on the back, isn't it? Right. Okay. If you want to go and make yourself a cup of tea and come back, I might be ready by then. Let's see. Might help if I had a working glue, really. Let's try this one. I hope you're well, Ruth. I haven't seen you for ages. I know you've been busy. Right. And I'm just literally touching one next to the other. A little bit too much, I think. Okay. We're getting there. So if you're wondering where the alphabet comes from, it's this alphabet on the back of this sheet of paper that's got the hearts from the Delightfully Eclectic paper pack. Right, so what I'm going to do is put that in for my space. I've got glue on my finger, on my thumb I should say. That's it. Okay, I'll try and be as quick as I can. Make sure it's straight. Probably move it a little bit. There we go. Right, let's put it on there. It's a lot easier. Let's see if they've got a right or wrong way. I don't think they have. Right, BIR. You wouldn't want to do 20 of these, would you? Sure. Yeah, I think this is going to be fine. See, because it's coming up shorter than that. Notice that I'm not consistent. Happy birthday. D A Y. So at this point you realise you've misspelt it, or you've missed a letter, or something crazy. There we go. Definitely it was easier having the piece of card just big enough for that to go on. Oh. Well, let's see. We might be alright. Or I cut it and have happy there and birthday underneath. What do we think? Okay, let me get a white card while we're deliberating on that. I can still cut off the happy and stamp happy. Right, that's going to go onto my layer anyway. One piece looks good, says Kerry. So I can put them on dimensionals, that will give it a little bit of interest and height. So centre that, then yeah, I think if it's up on a strip it will be fine. So let's put this flat and then the other one piece on. So I could have stamped my animals onto this piece and then put that, oh gosh, that was close, wasn't it? Put that across there but then you don't see any of the backing. So, and I love that pretty peacock design. Right, just make sure that's opening the right way. Position this centrally, hopefully, like that. And then I will grab some dimensionals for my piece here. It's going to go across there like that. So actually the H and the Y are just over the edge, which is perfect. I've just got some small dimensionals here so they don't, oops, stick out the edge. And also that just happened to be what I have to hand. There we go. Cute. So a little bit of masking technique. Covering up the cat and then stamping the rabbit and the hamster. And then just punch these out. So I've got my H there, my Y there, and I'm using the dots of the die cut to hopefully get that lined up. There we go. What do you reckon? Let me have a look, see what you can see. It's a little bit of fun, a little bit different. Needs a birthday sentiment on the inside, and I'm not sure that actually needs any gems, although I could put a little red gem for the cherry and the centre of those two. It's so cute, isn't it, Kerry? So cute. But there we go. So loads of samples that I shared earlier on. Always think it's a good sign of a good stamp set is that you end up with loads after just using it coffee and card, or for our stamp set of the week. So there we have it. Thank you so much indeed. I hope you like it. If you do buy this paperback or have this paperback pack even, you can consider cutting those out. I would definitely punch them out, but you could cut them, you know, that way and that way, and have a whole alphabet. I'm quite glad that they are in alphabetical order though. But I found that punching them was the easiest thing. So I used a 3/8 of an inch punch. You could use 1/2 inch punch, or you could just cut them with your guillotine or trimmer to fit. And that's what was on the other side. So that's Delightfully Eclectic papers. So thank you. I will let you get back to your evening. I've been on a bit longer than I expected, but I hope you think it was worth it to have a little bit of fun with those Furriest Friends. That is our stamp set. And remember, if you order the stamp set of the week this week, then you get the components. So you will get some strips of letters and the background papers, you get the die cuts, the cards and the envelopes. Obviously on the envelope I could either stamp all 3 of the characters or just one and colour that in, or just add in, for example, the bird or the flowers or the bees. Thank you so much. Do take care. Have a great evening, everybody. I'm back to finish off our class in a box. I'm waiting on one parcel. Sadly, my parcel was delayed earlier this week, so normally I would try and get it out by today, tomorrow, but that's going to trip over into the weekend, so apologies for that. So our online class, instead of being this Sunday, will be the following Sunday, which I think is the 3rd of December. And our online class remains the same for next week, so I have enough product already for that. And that's on Tuesday the 28th. Don't forget that our retiring list has been produced. and I've marked up my catalogue with all of the retiring items. There's some great bargains to be had, so by all means check those out, and the best way to do that is to check it out online. You can just go to my website jeminicraft.co.uk and shop now, and you can click on the clearance items and the last chance products. When these are sold out, they've gone. Okay, they won't be replenishing them, so just a reminder for that. And also, if you're local, I have my buy one get one free on Saturday. That's in Evenley Village Hall. Buy any of my previously retired stock, and you can order new stock to the same value. So buy a stamp set at £20 and you can choose something else out of the catalogue for £20. And if it was on the retiring list and on offer, for example, this Merry and Bright stamp set was £19, it's now only £11.40. So you could choose £11.40 and then top it up with some glues or something else like that. So that's on Saturday. Any details you need for that, just message me. Have a great evening. Do take care, look after yourselves, your loved ones, and I hope you can keep crafting. Bye for now.